What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in.
It looks like the Lakers are definitely really interested in Miles Turner. And, I can't blame them. The Lakers definitely need defense, and they definitely need somebody else in the paint that can actually, contest some shots and go after, certain people or certain players, who comes into the paint, with authority and feel like they can just walk all over the Lakers. Because that's exactly what happened to the Lakers last year. Guys were able to go into the paint, walk all over them. And on the defensive end, the Lakers just didn't have a pulse. They just didn't have a heartbeat. They didn't have any type of presence, or they weren't felt, or they was just a non-factor. And this is what I'm saying. When you have those type of situations like that, you have to go out and find pieces that will help make you better and better your chances of becoming a better defensive team, so that can better your chances of, making it to the playoffs or taking it even further going into, the postseason, especially if you're trying to get to the finals. Now, Miles Turner, he is a double-double guy. He can give you about 13 and 11 a game, which is about what he averaged last year. He's not really explosive or anything like that, or dynamic, or, he's not like a superstar type player, but he's a really good role player in regards to, being solid. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the Lakers need. They need somebody solid in the paint that they feel like they can depend on to basically do one job, which is play defense. And if he can add any offense to what he does, well, that's a plus for them. So, it's like they're looking at it from a standpoint of what they can get out of somebody like him and how valuable he can be for them, going forward. And that's the reason why I feel like the Lakers are, so interested in him, mainly more so because of Darvin Ham. I feel like Darvin Ham, as a coach, he knows what the Lakers need. He knows the Lakers need defense. And I feel like some of the moves they've made already, the Lonnie Walker and Thomas Bryant, some of those moves, I feel like some of those are some key type big physical guys, defensive type guys that they're putting around their 3 top 75 players. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, if they add Miles Turner to that, now you're looking at a little bit of a better defensive team. Miles Turner's not a defensive player of the year or anything like that, but he will, try hard and play defense. He will, he will go out there and average, 1.5, 1.7 blocks a game. He will do that. He will add that. Plus, he'll give you a double-double every single night. And plus, he's no stranger, to battling in the paint, having a presence and, making his presence felt at times. He's no stranger to that. So he's definitely, had some good games, some big games in Indiana. And I know he goes unnoticed a lot because, he's not a player that you see on TV a lot, because let's just face it, the Pacers are just not a team that's going to, wow anybody, or they're just not a team nobody really wants to see. That's just what it comes down to. And, Miles Turner, to me, I feel like what he can give to the Lakers is something that they don't have. Because now when you look at Dwight Howard may have a little something left, but he doesn't have much at all left. And this is my point. To back up Anthony Davis, they need somebody a little bit more consistent, maybe a little bit more athletic, and, maybe, of course, a little bit younger wouldn't hurt either. So I feel like Miles Turner would be a good, backup or a good, piece for them in the center position. I feel like he would step right in. I feel like he would be somebody that they can utilize. And honestly, I feel like he would help them a little bit on the defensive end. Because, of course, Anthony Davis, you expect him to play defense as well, but the problem with Anthony Davis is health, and on top of that, you kind of want him to be one of your main scorers too. And Anthony Davis, with his health situation, it's probably best for him to probably focus more on the offensive end. And if he gives you something on defense, that would be great, but don't expect it much, because like I said, you really can't expect Anthony Davis to be healthy at all. That's just not, that's almost like that's his Achilles heel. You see what I'm saying? If anybody set out to get injuries, it's like Anthony Davis is the one. Anthony Davis is so injury prone. He seems more injury prone than every other player in the NBA, which is really not true, but it just seems that way because of the expectation of him and what people expect out of him or what they expect him to be, which is the number one player. And LeBron's still holding that torch because he can't pass to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis doesn't stay healthy enough to do so. So, I mean, it's a lot that goes into this team. It's a lot that needs to be fixed or reprimanded with this team. And I feel like, Darvin Ham, the coach, is trying. He's trying to implement certain things and get the right pieces in there. He said all the right things in his press conference. He's talking good about Russell Westbrook. He feels confident about him. Feels confident about the team and everything like that. So I mean, I'm gonna say this. I don't believe the Lakers are a championship team, even if they do go out and get a player like Miles Turner or something like that. But, they can definitely at least make the playoffs and be a more of a solid team than what they were last year, because they were just a mess last year. Or this past season. Let's just leave it at that. They were a mess, and that's the only thing that describes them. But, like I said, I do think they could be a solid team, and I do think they're good enough to at least, make the second round of the playoffs, with all the talent that they have. Now, whether they stay healthy, I don't know. And then on top of that, LeBron is be a year older going into a playoffs. And like I said, the last time we seen LeBron in the playoffs, he just flamed out. He got tired. You see what I'm saying? The Suns knocked him out in 5 games. And, that was that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how LeBron's going to fare in a playoff game now, or, going that distance, 82 games, then playing in the playoffs. LeBron's starting to get hurt a little bit more now too. So, I mean, they definitely need all the depth and help they can get. So to me, Miles Turner, really, if they get him, that definitely will help them on the defensive end. It'll take a little more pressure off AD on defense. It'll take a little bit more pressure off of LeBron on defense, because now they got somewhat, maybe not like the best rim protector in the league or anything like that, but they do have somewhat of a rim protector, somebody who can at least contest, who's not scared to contest shots of anybody who comes in the paint, and let them know it's not going to be an easy trip coming in here. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the Lakers need. So if they're able to get that, out of Miles Turner, if they can acquire him, before another team snatches him up, because I think the Bulls is another team that might add that's looking into Miles Turner as well. So, I mean, the Lakers, if they're going to make a move, they better hurry up and make one now. And get a guy who can, play a little bit of defense in there and, give you a double-double as well. That definitely doesn't hurt, you know what I'm saying? So this way, when Anthony Davis sits down, you got somebody in there who can, give you a little bit of scoring. Not much scoring, but he can give you a little bit of scoring. And like I said, he can, command on the rebounds as well. So, I mean, that'll take more pressure off Anthony Davis, and maybe that'll help save him injury-wise, so, he can play throughout the season rather than play pieces or parts of the season. So, I mean, let's see what happens with the Lakers. Let's see if they go after this move here and make this move, in regards to getting him, because like I said, defense is the number one priority. Darvin Ham definitely knows that, and he definitely, coaches. He'll definitely coach that way, because like I said, when he was on Milwaukee, he got them guys right and better defensively than what they were a couple seasons ago. And Giannis is better defensively, and Middleton start playing better. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like, Darvin Ham be a good players coach, and I feel like he'll get to the players the way he's supposed to. And like I said, I feel like he's sending the right message. But of course, all that said, you got to put the product out on the floor, and it has to be seen. So let's see if they, go after Miles Turner and see if they acquire him. And then let's see what else they can do in the offseason to better their chances going into next season. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.